Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. For those watching on YouTube, if anyone does watch on YouTube, hopefully someone will be. Sorry for the delay in starting the videos sometimes, because I do it on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time sometimes, so or a lot of time nowadays. So just to save me time from uploading one to the other. Although sometimes I do wonder, because I want to cover different ideas on Facebook and YouTube sometimes, so I do wonder whether I should. But yeah, there might be a bit of a delay in me waiting for Facebook to catch up if it takes a bit longer, or seems to be taking longer. But anyway, this is part 3, obviously, of Black Fridays. I hope you enjoy it, and as ever, please share any ideas or suggestions you have for myself, my own video content creation, and or in this case the Black community around the world, in Britain and all around the world. And these are ideas number 21 to 30. So I thought I'd just upload one more video. Maybe I should have waited for to come back, but I'm going to a thing where I go to normally on Fridays, generally speaking, where I get where we have a meal and tea and stuff like that. It's actually run by a charity, but it's based at a church. I don't know if the church itself runs it, because if it does, I should be thankful to the church. There's a reason why I mentioned that, but I'll cover that in point number 27, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to make this video as quickly as I can, because then I want to get ready to go to that thing. But maybe I should have waited till I came back, as I say. But anyway, I'm here now, so we're here now. So here goes. So number 21, as I say, 21 again. To recap, as they say, apparently, or some say, Black Friday started with like when there was slavery, obviously, and unfortunately, in that unfortunate time of history, or in some parts of the world, there's still slavery apparently. But when they sold people into slavery, or they sold slaves, apparently there was a discount when they sold them, and that was like Black Friday, supposedly. I don't know how much evidence there is on that, but that's something I've heard, so I don't know if it is factual. My famous or infamous, I was going to say last words, and my infamous words, or whatever notorious words are, I don't know if this is true or not, but that's what I've heard. So I was thinking of trying to turn it into something positive by supporting Black people financially, things like that, to sort of make up for that, just as I try and do with Black Mondays, Black Wednesdays, and things like that. But yeah, so that's apparently how the history started. And also, as I say, 21 again. In it, just to recap a few ideas, in October I did want to, because it was Black History Month here in the UK, I did want to do, and it was also Dyslexia Awareness Month all around the world. I wanted to get dyslexic people and Black people from around the world to respectively, separately, to work with them and see what they could do to benefit town football. Obviously, for these videos, I'm focusing more on the Black community, but I was hoping like to go to Italy and showcase how to improve relations between Italians and Black people through football. And also similar for Celtic, although Celtic already does a lot to fight racism, and I hope that we're rewarded rather prettily. Why do they say handsomely? I think it's more of an advantage. I think like women, they're judged more on their looks, so I think being pretty is more of an advantage. But anyway, I'm going into a controversial area as ever. But yeah, I was wondering if I should wait till I come back, because I might take a bit longer to think about what I want to say. But anyway, so yeah, I'd love to get as soon as possible. For this video, I'm going to focus more, or these videos, I'm going to focus more on the Black community, but similar for dyslexics or even other neurodiverse people as well, to get them together to travel to Italy and Celtic and share our ideas, but also showcase. I'd also love to have Zoom groups that talk about how to empower the Black community in Africa, Australasia, Britain, the UK, whatever you want to call it, and all over the world. How they can network together and things like that. Number 22, I hope to look at what Black people can do in the future. I was thinking like Black History Month could be Black Futures Month, to look at how they can be empowered in the future financially and things like that. Number 23, I would love to encourage as many investors from around the world to invest in projects by Black people, like whether that's in business, finance, financial control, financial empowerment, farming, or all sorts of different industries and areas, fields and whatnot. Fields, as it's Friday, sitting on the theme of alliterations. I know I'm mad, but yeah, that kind of thing. Number 24, also this could be done like globally, as say people from Britain, Australasia, the Americas, Asia, all over the world, the black community and their allies, such as myself, in the case of that, are working together to empower the black community. Number 25, African countries hosting Republican events. I think that would be pretty cool. Number 26, discussing the pros and cons, or fors and against and fors, reparations and things like that. I think it'd be interesting to discuss those sorts of things. Number 27, as I say, as a reward for me supporting the black community, maybe black people could support Italian football and Celtic and improve relations, and also rewarding Celtic because they already do quite a lot to tackle racism. And the thing I wanted to cover was about a bit of a side issue, but I was hoping, especially as it's, I want to do this for quite a while, but as it's the third, I wanted to do it last week because it was the 27th, and think about like rewarding. I think it was the 27th last Friday, but as it's the third, I'm thinking like freedom and what freedom means to me. And but one of the things I was thinking of is how I would love to reward. Again, given the number 27, I would love to reward anyone who supports any of my plans. So any of my 5 causes, like benefiting Italian football, Celtic, libertarianism, supporting people from former colonies, including parts of Africa and Australasia, reparations and things like that, and also alleviating suffering and tackling poverty, alleviating suffering, and spreading peace, love, joy, hope, and happiness. Like any organization that does that. The idea, I think, started from a religious thing. Like I was thinking, like Christians often say, like share the Bible and things like that, and share Christianity, obviously, and things like that. And I was thinking, if God wants me to do that, I think it would only be fair if he supports my plans, but I want to make it as fair as possible for all religions, all spiritual and religious groups. So it's an idea I talk about a lot called 1, 2, or for 1, or share for share. An easier way of putting it is like for like. Due to my patterns, I call it 1, because 1 is the first in the sentence, 2 is second, and 4 is fourth. So it's like a pattern, but you could just call it 1 to 1 or 1 for 1. So for instance, each notebook I get to write, or each project I get to write, each thing I get to write on in my own unique MKS style, I hope to, if the mosques or Muslims help me, I hope to reward them by sharing Islamic literature. If churches or Christians help me, churches/Christians help me, I hope to do so with sharing Bibles or Christian literature, verses, scriptures, or whatnot. I'm even thinking, like, say, if the mosques or Muslims help me, I could share a verse for each line they help me to write, or something like that. Same with the churches or Christian groups, and same with any other religion. I just think of those two mainly because they are the main ones to try and convert people or whatever, or spread the message and talk about sharing their information and that kind of thing. So, I mean, and I've expanded that idea to political parties, businesses, and whatnot. Also, I was thinking, like, my works generally, anyone who supports any of my goals, and anyone who helps me, like, with feeding me, I was going to say drinking me then, feeding me or giving me, well, food, water, shelter, or anything like that. Anyone who helps me with something, if I could sit down and say to them and have a list of all the times they've helped me and they want me to share information, whether that's business cards, flyers, leaflets, or anything else, or spiritual or religious information, or any other information they want me to share, I want to try and do so in the fairest way possible. Like, so I think that taught me that, I think losing my notes and things like that has taught me that life is about deals, negotiations, compromise, things like that. I think that's one thing I've learned in life. And another thing is how important sharing information is. If you think about most businesses, or all businesses, probably want people to know about their business, share their information, or at least some things about their business. Some they might want to keep private, but political parties want people to know about again, they might want to keep some of it secret, or they might want to be crafty how they explain it, but they want to share information and talk about what they stand for and things like that, I'm sure. And religion, of course, wants to share information. I think most religions want to share and spread that information, I would imagine, generally speaking, especially Islam and Christianity. Tying it back to the black community, I was thinking they could do similar, and based on that idea, and also they could have a similar idea, and also they could reward people who help them, and also I could try and help reward, and maybe it'd be good for their PR and things like that, so they could give back to those who help the black community and talk about listing those who help the black community, black individuals and the black community, and including to network, possibly including each other and other communities as well, allies and whatnot, including other businesses, minority groups or whatnot, and they could return the favor. I was thinking of things like, for instance, the Windrush generation. If Asians and if mixed race Asian and other groups people help the black community, then if we are in trouble, then I suppose they could return the favour. So POC uniting together as well, but also look at how businesses, I think the more they support their own community, the more that would encourage businesses to support them. And I think if you give back, hopefully that will make people want to support you, and then I think obviously you reward them back. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I think I covered that point in great detail. But if you have any questions, as ever, please let me know. Any constructive criticism, any feedback you have at all, please let me know, especially positive. But again, constructive criticism to help me to improve. I am a creature of habit, but I will do my best to improve always, as much as I can. And that's always welcome, the constructive criticism. Anyway, moving on, number 28. I talked about freedom and things like that, but I was thinking about reparations for things like colonialism, slavery, and the N-word and stuff like that. And I was thinking, in the past, I thought of like controversial ways, like where black people could reclaim that and like use it to unite and talk about why they should unite and things like that. And that's a controversial topic, but I was thinking like to reparate them by supporting them. But yeah, obviously that's a controversial thing to talk about, but how could they be compensated for all the things they've gone through? And I think remembering that people call them names like the N-word or whatever could help them to unite and realize why they're uniting and not being jealous of each other and taking pride in each other and working together as a community. But I suppose it's probably a controversial idea, like any idea pretty much, or most ideas nowadays. But I'd love to know what you think about that. I hope it made sense. But number 29, again, how can other allies, such as my own community, mixed race, Anglo-Indians, other Eurasians and other mixed race groups, Blasians and whatnot, support the black community in Africa, Australasia, the UK, and or Britain, or whatever you want to call it, and worldwide, and how can they network together? And number 30, there were a few things I was going to say, but I want to keep it family friendly, so I don't think I'm going to say them. I probably bottled it. I'm probably bottling it, shall I say. But yeah, I was thinking of saying them, especially as it's towards the end of the video, if anyone's made it this far. But I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but I might bottle it. But I was thinking of other things that begin with F, like, you could probably tell what it is, but or what they are. But I was thinking, like, if God would give them permission to be filthy and fornicate and get to have free fucks and stuff like that, or even get paid to get laid. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up, but yeah, I don't know if I should have said that, but yeah, so black guys getting to screw non-black chicks. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm out. Peace and love.